My husband is active duty military, and we're not from this area. Since I started school 2 years ago, he has been gone about 70% of it. So I'm a single mother of 2 elementary school age children taking full-time classes. There was a special connection with Jamie almost right away. The conversations that Jamie and I had before class and after class really just made me feel less alone. It has been 2 years since we moved to Arkansas, and I can finally say that I have one person who is really my support system outside of my husband when he's not here. She'll ask me how my classes are. She gave me a lot of advice on a 4-year college because I'm the first person in my family to go to a 4-year school. And so I feel like she has just, I'm not kidding when I say she's my support.
For me, being a movement maker is fundamentally about change. It's about being part of a community of people who may be spread out across a lot of different areas, but we all care about the same kinds of changes, that we want effective teaching that includes all students and helps to elevate our mission in higher education.
To be called a movement maker in effective teaching means we are being positively disruptive in the field of education.
That you are groundbreaking in ideas and strategies that enhance teaching and learning, and that ultimately lead to successful learning outcomes.
Being a movement maker says we are moving our students in the classroom and inevitably moving them on to a greater sense of accomplishment into greater lives.
Effective teaching is a difference maker. Great teachers lead to better success for our students.
He doesn't just teach his students to pass the next exam. He teaches us to remember and really absorb the information.
He used to like, what do you do with a dead chemist? And you bury him, and that's an element on the periodic table. I laugh.
Effective teaching is very much connected to our strategic plan and our mission. We've actually been working on a definition, so we have a shared understanding of what that means. Of course, sometimes practically it means putting the financial resources behind it, like we've done with ACUE.
I have seen faculty members who have been here as long as 50 years who are still excited about trying new things in the classroom.
Once you start trying new things in the classroom, it really motivates you because you see the impact that it has.
We know that historically, students who are Pell Grant recipients, they don't have the same success rates. But a faculty member who's gone through ACUE, all of a sudden, those gaps in success disappear.
Broward is not just a community college. This is where I felt home.
We've been in the midst of an ambitious graduation initiative, and instructional effectiveness is a critical part.
You need a group of faculty working together. You need a sense of collective mission.
At Cal State LA, we've always had a very effective Center for Effective Teaching and Learning. And when we brought ACUE on board, we were able to scale up our faculty development efforts to reach both tenure-track faculty and non-tenure track faculty.
Having a national certification in effective teaching just gives me more confidence in my skills. And for me, that just means that I'm going to meet students' needs better.
Every time I did any of her coursework, I would put in a lot of extra time and effort. I wanted her to be proud of me, because she cared so much.
We have taken courses that have high rates of D's, F's, and withdrawals. Redesigned a course. We use ACUE for some of that. We also use a Quality Matters template. That process has improved student pass rates, in some cases by 40–50%.
If we keep our student learning and success as our North Star, I think we can never go wrong.
Institutions like Miami-Dade College understand we're doing much more than just teaching. We're serving a community.
Miami-Dade College has forged a model of high-quality teaching and an environment where every single person in our community can get a quality education.
In order to earn what counts as tenure in the community college world, you need to demonstrate that you're an excellent teacher. You cannot become a full-time faculty member here with continuing contract unless you complete the ACUE Effective Teaching Practices course.
And then we celebrate effective teaching and learning by the Endowed Teaching Chair Awards. That is the highest recognition award that we give to a faculty.
In the last 5 years, every one of them pretty much is an ACUE alum. They use the ACUE course in their faculty portfolio, and it's very impressive to the review committee.
All of us who have gone through ACUE, we were all able to deliver that same consistency and strength to our students. And I'm proud of it.
I tell my students, I'm teaching you how to do it not just for my class, but you apply this in your other class. And in your next school, you're gonna be that much more successful.
If I have students that are able to keep persisting when things get challenging, that's really the heart of what I'm trying to do every single day.
Just the presence that she has just makes you feel like this person really does care about you.
The strategic plan of the university is grounded in the success of our students, our faculty, and our staff. We want to arm all levels of the university with better ways to facilitate student success.
The most important initiative that we've done has been the creation of the P3 Collaboratory.
P3 is a collaboratory for pedagogy, publicly engaged scholarship, and professional development emerged out of the strategic plan.
The P3 Collaboratory began at the same time that the campus adopted the ACUE curriculum. The grad students are treated as future faculty. They're learning alongside tenured faculty.
We have pinning ceremonies for people who have engaged in ACUE courses. We also have awards for teaching. And there's nothing more fulfilling, I think, for people to know that other people are appreciating the hard work that you put into this.
If it wasn't for certain professors, I know for a fact that I wasn't going to be where I was today.
I see our faculty wanting to move the needle.
They come in with passion, with patience, and with the desire to really make a difference in these students' lives.
Where do you then meet the faculty where they are and help them to skill up? This work that we do with ACUE is one part of that. We've helped to build a larger ecosystem with all 11 of our universities.
We've seen an uptick in the number of students who report through the student survey that ACUE provides. Yeah, I can tell my faculty member is doing something different. They are concerned about how and if I'm learning in their classroom. They are seeing me as an individual.
One thing I did at the end of the semester was that I wrote each student a personal email.
Heath mentioned, by the way, I'm so sorry the Patriots lost. I know how much you love them. From the beginning of the semester, he remembered that.
Students feel more comfortable speaking up. They feel more comfortable asking questions. They feel like their viewpoints are respected. All of these has outcome related to retention.
As much as students can sometimes feel like, they're just a number, we can feel that way as well. And when there is this investment in you personally, it's a signal you belong here.
I believe I'm much more than an instructor. I also want to see them be successful in life.
Students come to campus, they feel as if they matter, and they feel as if someone cares about them.
This institution's mission is dedicated to students. They expect from us the best opportunity to learn.
Here at UAPTC, to prioritize effective teaching, one of the things we did is invest in ACUE. We've got over 95% of our faculty ACUE certified. It's been a whole cultural change here on campus.
We are rewarding our faculty with the ACUE training by it having a strong presence in the recently adopted promotion and rank system here.
It's nice to walk down the hallway and see somebody carrying their little fishbowl of discussion questions, or the first week of class, seeing everybody with their tent cards, learning students' names.
I kept learning and I kept trying new things, especially as soon as I saw that the students responded.
At the beginning of the semester, everybody got out of there really fast, but towards the end, everybody packed up really slow. It felt like all of us were not ready to let the discussion go.
We want to be a unicorn in higher education, a research-one university with a heart. To receive this accolade, not for funded research, but for the quality of instruction, is just a great affirmation and distinction for us.
You know, knowing that Southern Miss cares about the quality that they're giving us makes me feel like my degree is worth something, that my degree matters.
We have been working for many years to improve the quality of our instruction and to engage faculty in research, evidence-based teaching. And faculty have built a community around caring about teaching.
Learning new strategies, learning different ways to do things kind of rejuvenated my passion for teaching.
It was obvious that he didn't want just us to get through his course, but he wanted us to learn.
We were very excited to see what happens when students take classes with ACUE credentialed faculty, especially in the first-year gateway courses. And we were able to show that it made a huge difference for students in terms of the grades they received, but also their likelihood of returning the next year if they had an ACUE credentialed instructor.
We have been able to calculate what we call a dosage effect. When students have 50% of their courses with ACUE faculty, they have an increased likelihood to persist through their studies.
I think I'll most remember 5 or 10 years from now how transformative my professors here were for me. My mind has been opened in so many ways. I feel like this is the beginning of my journey.
Well, we asked Natalie about her experience with you. This is her letter to you. Oh my goodness. We've been keeping a secret from you.
What?
Tupo has some words to share with you. So we did ask Elias if he wanted to share a couple words with you, so this is what he wrote.
Dear Dr. Perdian, your teaching has had a huge impact on the way I look at chemistry.
For me, chemistry has always been a boring subject. However, I am never bored in your class.
I did not think being entirely captivated by a particular subject after one class was possible. I knew immediately after our class that I would change my major.
I appreciated every one of your real-life examples, which gave us insight
into what industry would be like.
You made my goals in life less scary and made me feel
I could take on any obstacle in my path.
When I started college, I doubted if I could overcome my fear of public speaking. I will always remember your compliments and use them to reassure myself that I can take on new challenges and come out wiser and more confident person.
You showed me my potential and helped me achieve it.
You have always made me feel smart and capable, which has pushed me to work even harder.
You go above and beyond what an educator should do, always.
You have, through one student, touched dozens of lives.
Thank you for making my voice feel heard. Thank you for building communities. And thank you for being a role model for me. Sincerely, Mamadi Keita.
Wow, I'm speechless.
I'm trying not to cry.
That's why I say, you know, that I feel like I'm a revolutionary. This scholar is going to the world and she is going to do great things. And I'm so happy that I had an opportunity to just be a little small part of that. It feels so wonderful.